Good morning. Just waiting for someone to come on and play with me. Hello. All right, I'm going to get started. So for those of you watching the replay, don't have to wait for 20 minutes while I wait for people to come on. How are you this morning? It's Monday morning here in Australia, and I'm really pumped today. I'm on the move again, so the house that we've been living in, while is beautiful, it's actually it's got a few problems, and the landlord's been driving me crazy. So we're about 12 months off buying our home, so we're going to have to move because I just can't handle it anymore. So we're on the move, and over the weekend, spent the day packing, and if you know, those of you who have moved, you know what this is like. So anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. I've got chaos all around me, but onwards and upwards anyway. What I want to talk to you about today is that perfect amount of pressure to feel really productive and switched on in your business. For a little while now, if you've been in my community for a little while, you know that I've been super focused on creating my Rise events, and we're traveling around Australia and the US speaking, and it's a big thing. You know, it took quite a bit of doing to get that off the ground and to get all of the moving parts to kind of fall into place, and that's all happening now. And in amongst that, you know, in between getting all of that sorted, I haven't been running programs for the art of kicking ass elegantly. I haven't really actively been seeking coaching clients because I knew, you know, I had other things to be doing. Hey, Jen. And so I kind of had this bit of a lull and too much time on my hands. And I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but when you've got too much time on your hands, if you're a person like me, you end up in this weird kind of holding pattern. And you know, when you're an entrepreneur, one of the things that you want and one of the things that you work towards is having more time, freedom, right? To be able to have all this time, and that's the goal. Well, you know, whenever I curate that for my life, whenever I end up with that, I get really bored, and then I feel unproductive, and I wake up every day thinking, I don't know anything, you know, what am I doing here? And so I have to have this tension, this perfect amount of tension to keep me feeling really switched on and productive. So today I'm running my 5-day boot camp, the Unpack Your Framework or Build Your Framework program. So that starts in just a few minutes. So I've got that happening. I've got some discovery calls booked in this morning. I've got a coaching call this afternoon. I've got to get to the gym in the meantime. And I've got to write a whole bunch of content as well for an upcoming program. And I woke up this morning just fired up and ready to go. And it's like, this is what's been missing. I haven't had the pressure of a lot of stuff on my plate. I love that. I thrive when I've got a whole bunch of deadlines to meet. That's when I'm at my best. Not all the time, but if I leave it too long between going really hard and meeting a bunch of deadlines and all the rest of it, and then leaving it too long before I have that sort of pressure again, it's kind of, I get lost in the wilderness a little bit, and I don't feel very productive at all. And it's not a great place for me to be. So I just want to put it to you that, you know, really, I'm lucky that I know myself and I see this stuff coming, and it's like, you know, I'm pretty chilled. I'm enjoying having all this time, and then it starts to, you know, this feeling starts to creep in, and it's like, oh, I need a project, or I need something to keep me busy again, because I know what's going to happen if I don't do that. So find that sweet spot for you, which is just the right amount of pressure to keep you feeling productive and switched on and moving forward, but not enough that it's going to tip you into overwhelm, because that's when we start to avoid things. It's when we start to procrastinate, all that sort of stuff. So we need to find that sweet spot that's just the right amount of tension, as I say, that's going to keep you feeling super switched on and productive, and not too much that it sends you into overwhelm. And that tension is going to be different for everybody. You know, you're going to have that, the sweet spot for how much tension you need is going to be unique to you. So spend time finding it. It's a really useful tool if you don't know what that is already. Now, I know for me, for quite a number of years, I was under a lot of stress when my kids were really unwell and going through separation and all that sort of stuff. And so I found myself avoiding any sort of stress because I knew I had to avoid it because I was going to end up unwell. And what happened over that, you know, the hangover from that was that I wanted to avoid all sorts of pressure and all sorts of stress. But what happens is, you know, that's when you end up in that place of boredom. That's when fear can set in, anxiety can set in, and all that sort of stuff. As entrepreneurs, we are designed to hustle, you know, not within an inch of our life, not 24/7 or anything like that, but we are designed to hustle. We are designed to feel like we're progressing and making, you know, moving forward towards achieving our goals. And if we're not in that place, it's not a good place for us to be. Honestly, you would know that about yourself as well. So yeah, what I found is, as I said, I was avoiding any kind of pressure and stress, and I was avoiding deadlines, and I just wanted to do everything in my own time to give myself plenty of time. But it wasn't a great place, and so I started to load things on my plate again, and I rose up to meet it. And then I realized, oh, okay, this is what I need in my life. And I'm tuned into that all the time now. And it's like when I feel like I'm in that kind of wilderness zone, it's like you're not doing enough. You know, you're not having enough conversations, you're not coaching enough. You know, I'm a shocker for just saying, yeah, I don't want to take on coaching clients right now because I want to just focus on other things. Because I just want to be, you know, I don't want to have to commit to people and all that sort of stuff. And then I take on a few coaching clients and it's like, I love this. I don't know what the problem is. And so we can all find ourselves in that space, you know, and it's finding the tension that works for you. So as I say, I woke up this morning, all guns blazing, ready to go, because I felt like, oh, you know, I've been in the wilderness a little bit. I haven't had enough to do. I've had too much time on my hands, even though it doesn't look like it. You know, running events and flying around the country and all that sort of stuff is full on, but it's the times in between, you know, I need stuff to keep me going. Normally that would be writing a book and things like that, but I just feel like I'm kind of in the between stage with the books right now. I don't know what the book is right now, and so I'm holding off on that just a little bit. But yeah, for you, find that tension, find that sweet spot that is the right amount of, you know, enough work to keep you switched on and focused and moving you forward, and not tipping you into overwhelm, because when we're in that overwhelm space, that's when we tend to procrastinate and avoid things too. Anyway, I hope that helps. Have an amazing Monday, and I'll be back before the week's out. Bye.